Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into the deep end, taking a look at the wild ride of one single, super volatile stock, PSTV. Okay, let's kick things off with a number. A huge one. 278,640,061. Now, just tuck that number away for a second. We're going to come back to it, and trust me, it's going to make a whole lot of sense very soon. All right, first up, a story of volatility. You really can't talk about PSTV without talking about this one thing. It's the core of its identity, what makes it so fascinating, but also so incredibly risky, and that is its extreme volatility. And here's the proof, right? This timeline is less of a journey and more of a roller coaster. I mean, look at this. Back in late June, it's chilling around 32 cents. By early August, it skyrockets, nearly tripling to 90 cents. Then it crashes back down, only to have another massive spike in September. It's basically chaos in chart form. But, and this is a big but, you have to zoom out. All that recent drama, it's just a small part of a much bigger story. And honestly, the bigger story isn't great. The stock is still way below its 200-day average. That's a huge sign that tells you the long-term trend is down. So it's all about perspective, right? Okay, so let's get into the September surge. We're going to zoom right back in on that single, most dramatic day in this whole story, that explosion of activity on September 25th. Seriously, what was going on there? Remember that number I told you to keep in your back pocket? Well, here it is. On September 25th alone, over 278 million shares of PST changed hands. Just look at this chart. It completely dwarfs the other big volume days. This wasn't just a busy day at the office. This was a monumental, off-the-chart surge in interest. And this really gets to a key idea in trading, the price-volume relationship. See, when a price moves like that, with that much trading volume behind it, it's not just random static. It means a ton of people were all making a move at the same time. It's a huge signal that something is going on, and it shows you just how sensitive PSTV is to market buzz. So this is the million-dollar question, right? Is this huge surge a sign that things are finally turning around for good, or is it just a temporary blip, a little flash in the pan? To even begin to answer that, we've got to put on our detective hats and start, well, reading the tea leaves. Okay, let's do just that. Section 3, Reading the Tea Leaves. Time to get a little more technical and dig into what the indicators are telling us. And right away, we run into this contradiction. It's like a tale of two different trends. If you look at the super short term, like the last 5 days, things look pretty good. The stock is trading above its average. But then you zoom out to the 50-day and 200-day averages, and it's trading below them. So you've got this crazy tug of war going on between short-term hype and long-term drag. Let's dig a little deeper into the technicals. So the MACD, it's showing a positive crossover, which is generally a bullish signal. And the MFI, the money flow index, think of it as a gauge for how much money is pouring into the stock, is at 87.37. That's really high. It screams strong buying pressure. But, and here's the kicker, you look at the ADX, which measures how strong the trend is, and it's super low at just 13.15. So what does that mean? It means there's a lot of buy-in, but the trend itself is actually kind of weak. It's another contradiction. And this quote from the analysis really just nails it. You've got mixed signals with some bullish potential, but also signs of overextension. That's the whole story right there. There are some good signs for sure, but there are also these big flashing warning lights that the stock has gotten ahead of itself and might be ready to drop. Okay, so what happens next? The data is all over the place. The signals are a mess. With all these contradictory clues, how in the world do you figure out where this thing is headed? Well, before we game out the possibilities, we need to understand the playing field. Let's talk about support and resistance. Just think of it like this. Resistance is the ceiling the stock price has a hard time breaking through, and support is the floor it has a hard time falling below. It's the short-term battlefield for the stock. So here are the key levels to watch. That ceiling, the immediate resistance, is at 0.6221. The floor, or immediate support, is down at 0.4632. And here's the crucial part. The current price is a whole lot closer to that ceiling than it is to the floor. What does that tell you? It suggests that the path of least resistance might actually be down. A pullback is definitely on the table. So when you put it all together, the analysis gives us 3 possible scenarios. 1. The bullish case. The stock gets a second wind, smashes through that 0.6221 ceiling, and makes a run for 70 cents. 2. The neutral case. It basically goes nowhere, just chopping around between that floor and ceiling. And 3. The bearish case. The whole spike turns out to be a fake out, and the price tumbles back down toward its support level around 45 cents. So what's the bottom line? After looking at everything, the final takeaway from the source material is one word: caution. Because of this extreme volatility and all these mixed signals, the potential for a really sharp, sudden pullback is huge. This is definitely not a stock for the faint of heart. And that really leaves us with a central question, doesn't it? In a market full of uncertainty, how do you balance the incredible allure of a huge opportunity with the very real risk that comes with it? It's the classic dilemma that every trader faces when they look at a stock like Pstv. And it's a great final thought to chew on.